welcome back to Romance Review TV with Lady T. And I got another recap video for you guys. Love Island UK Season 8 Episode 54. And we have the second part of our final two couples who have their final dates. And then they also have to pick the least compatible couple at the end of the night. And the public gets to vote too. So before we jump into this, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash the like button and feel free to drop a comment down in the comment section below. So, as we remember from yesterday's episode, 3 of our other couples had their final dates, everything from sailing to Fiesta with India and Dami, and then that beautiful serenade candlelit Coliseum date that both Ekin-Su and Davide had. So now we're into this episode the next morning, and before they can barely get out of bed, Tasha get the text message that it's now her and Andrew's turn for their final date. And I didn't know what to expect. I was blown away yesterday by the other 3 dates. While they're getting ready for their dates, they're still relishing over what happened. I was still thinking about those days too. It was absolutely beautiful. And I did talk a lot about that yesterday. And of course, Luca has to wait his turn. But for the other 3 couples, they really had beautiful dates. Especially, I think my favorite was the Ekin-Su Davide thing. I love low lights, candles. It was just beautiful. So now we're going to go with, of course, Tasha and Andrew to their date. Now, this one was a little bit different because I was expecting all the bells and whistles too with them. But I guess Tasha had made it known that one of her ideal dates would be these ton of red roses on the beach. And I thought this was absolutely beautiful. It was a bunch of roses shaped as a heart with the letter T and the A combined. I thought that was really pretty. And I know that's probably given many people some ideas for either destination weddings or even just a romantic gesture. But pretty much their conversation was gathering around the fact of their ups and downs and how they made it to this point and how much they love each other and how much they've grown in this process. And I gotta say, it looks like after, the moment that she asked him to be her boyfriend, things has changed, because prior to that, you guys know in the early days of the episodes when I was doing my recaps, everybody know where I stood with Tasha, because she was going back and forth, pretty much trying to get to know everybody in the villa. And you know what? That's what this show is about, I guess. So they pretty much ended it on a very romantic note. And I gotta say, Love Island UK, you did an excellent job with these dates, I must say, because we still got to do Luca and Gemma's. But very romantic. They really have built a solid connection with each other. But I'm going to break down these couples because all of this come into question at the end. But at this point, they really enjoyed such a beautiful day. And all those flowers, oh my God, just gorgeous. The scenery, the background of the ocean is just beautiful. So they're on their way back. And of course, it's time for story time. And, the girls are with the girls, and she showed them pictures of everything with the ambiance and the beach and the flowers and, the roses and whatnot. And, Andrew said the same thing, pretty much talking about their journey and what they talked about. He seemed to be very happy at this point. So I hope that this can actually last and stand the test of time. In regards to these roses, Tasha brought each of her girls a rose back, and they pretty much celebrated the fact of how happy they were. So now it's Gemma and Luca's turn, and yeah, they're getting ready for their date. So I'm like, okay, what are we doing for these two? They actually look beautiful. Now, I will say Gemma tried on quite a few dresses. There was one dress that I think Tasha ended up wearing later on that night, which is the one I liked on Gemma, but she chose the brown number, and that one is also pretty. It fits her figure really well. So they headed out. And while all of that was going on, these two couples are pretty much, happy about the fact that they're on their way out. Their time is coming up in this villa. And India was talking about how she wished that she could come back every time she need a break from the world. I don't blame you. Sometimes you need a vacay to get away from the melee. I know, right? So these two are pretty happy. He said he's on cloud 15 when it comes to India. So that is good to hear. So now we catch up with Luca and Gemma. They have this whole museum-like setting with this, I guess a small orchestra where they're playing violin music. And then this watery path with a table that looked like it's floating on the water. I'm like, man, they did a great job with this one. However, I gotta say, she really played tough with Luca. And I mean, Luca was asking her, what was your favorite moments in the villa? She started throwing things out about licking Adam. And she was like, well, what you want me to say? And I'm like, girl, you know how to buzzkill a moment. Seriously. But maybe she was just joking. I don't know. But actually with these two, I don't know. I just think that she is really guarded. And like she even said herself, she's not the romantic type. She's not the touchy-feely type person. I'm wondering, is that something that Luca's going to be able to handle? So these two are having a little bit of a pedicure and manicure time with each other. We see Dami actually painting India's toes. And I mean, I think he did an okay job. Now, she judged him by saying that she'll give him about a 4 or 5. He even said, I think I'd do a 4. She even asked him, who toenails did you paint before? And he was like, well, why you ask that? She was like, because I can tell you painted somebody's toenails. He really didn't answer that question. It was probably somewhere in his past. So whatever. But right now, he's happy that he's able to do that. And she painted his little pinky finger or the baby finger. And at first he contested, but he gave in. But we're back to Gemma and Luca. And, I think the way that she was looking, I don't know if she's 100% sold on him. Now, there seemed to be a little bit of romance between these two, but I don't know. We'll talk about them a little bit later. So they all come back. Of course, we got story time again with each of them. She's telling the girls about, this beautiful museum with the violinist and the floating table. And Luca is happy about his experience. I think he's more into her than she is into him. So now we wind down to the evening. And it's interesting because, they're celebrating the fact that they've gotten this far. And then while conversating, India get a text that each of them have to make a decision of who they think is the least compatible. And whoever that is, whether it's 1 through 4, not 0, then they are vulnerable and is up to possibly being dumped from the island. One couple. So the least amount of votes. So here's the thing. And I'm going to talk through this whole thing, my opinion. So I know that a lot of them were saying that Davide and Ekansu are the least compatible. Now, I will say with her, she is definitely into him. As for Davide, I honestly think that there's a part of him, even if it's a small part, really don't trust Ekansu because of everything that happened in the past. She had to work hard to come back from where she came from with everything with Jay and some of these other guys, right? Even Jocks, because she was talking about being in the bed with him at one point. Then the conversation shifted to Luca and Gemma because the fact on the outside world, even though it seems like Luca is more into Gemma, what happens when Gemma gets around other friends, male friends, whatever? how's Luca going to take that? Because he can get jealous real quick. Then the whole thing about Paige and Adam. Ekansu mentioned that has Adam actually changed his ways because of his history, as we remember from season 4. And then when it comes to Andrew and Tasha, they got back together and they've been strong in the villa. The question is, can they remain that way outside the villa? So each of them had to vote, and they had to send their votes in via text message through these phones. In actuality, nobody said anything about India and Dami. That's interesting. I know a lot of fans wasn't happy about Dami and what happened in Casa, the whole thing with Summer, and what happened way back in the day with Amber. So I know, the public have issues that way. So they deliberated, they put their votes in, and now I was wondering if they were going to make us wait, but they actually said that Gemma and Luca, and then also, who got the most incompatible vote was Davide and Ekansu with 4 votes from the other couples. Then 3 votes came in for Luca and Gemma. 2 votes came in for Paige and Adam. 1 vote came in from the other couples for Tasha and Andrew. And nobody voted for these 2. So they're safe. So now the public gets to vote. You can choose either Adam and Paige as incompatible. Of course, Andrew and Tasha. And then Ekansu and Davide. And also Luca and Gemma. And then, of course, the choice of... Well, they actually own... Because they're safe. So nobody else can vote in regards to Dami and India. So that's where we are. So you get the pick of those 4. So what do you guys think? Do you think... Do you think they're going to send Ekansu and Davide home? Do you think they're going to send Luca and Gemma home? Or which ones do you think? My choice, I would think, and the only reason that I say that is because of the shortest time in the villa, I think Adam and Paige. The other 3 couples, they've really had a stronger storyline. Adam hasn't been there long enough. So we got to see mostly Paige and Jocks. And then when everything went a different direction, then Adam was there, to finish out the rest of the season. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. We're coming down to Sunday and Monday, and then it is done for this season. But we still got Love Island USA. So that's just starting, and that drama is getting hot. So stay tuned for those recaps as well. So before you go, take a second to make sure you subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to like and share. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.